Keys player coming out of those two. They do. They love those little. Hello, chat world. Can you hear?
Well, this is awkward.
All right, we have a yes. Loud. Oh God. Loud and clear. Okay.
Oh, I had to move my mic away. Like, oh no, I need to move my mic further back.
And how you doing tonight, man?
But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you get the power of the hype cave. That mirror is gonna be. That mirror
Well,
is huge.
wait, where was Mirror?
Hype cave, which was in Misery Maya shed.
Oh boy, that is big knowledge. So now I wouldn't be surprised once that finishes ice if he doesn't rush that check. Mirror is
They
a
really are.
huge advantage.
I feel like they're going to like at this point. You're not in go mode, and mirror helps opens up a lot of both light and dark world stuff, or at least it helps traversing like between light and dark world a lot more, and dungeons as well. Saves you from death warping as well. This is you have to get this mirror once you're finished doing whatever you're doing.
I agree. All right, Zaf got through cold stare. That's a scary one. I did not
Yeah.
see what sick kid had. I looked away. There's
I
so much
was
happening right now.
I was stuck I was stuck staring at cold stare as well, so I didn't notice the sick kid item.
Yeah, that Meyer access is with the mirror is huge because we don't know when logically they're supposed to get there. I guess technically they could, right? They can go through
Yeah, they can go through Turtle Rock, and then
and
they can
through the
do the
double pokey
barrier.
room.
Yeah, the double pokey room. There is the front. Wait, there was a front entrance to Turtle Rock, right?
Yeah, we've got front and we've got right. So yeah, that's in
Okay.
logic.
Yeah, it's in
It's just
logic.
nobody's checked it yet. So the fact that it's just a big check right now. Because that's a lot of entrances. You're getting both the upper desert ledge entrances. You're getting all these over here.
Yep.
Uh, Here comes the pod dip from Agadi, who also is the one without the bow, but has pod big. So kind of a double. They're gonna get to check the big chest, which Crystal Roller Crew did not, but they cannot complete the dungeon because they don't have the bow.
Not sure if I agree with this play at all. No, they.
Oh, they're
No,
both in pod.
I was gonna
I
say they do have the bow. Like I'm pretty sure they were the ones to find the bow, or at least Pix was, because they went to
yeah,
left.
I think Pix did. I don't
Yeah.
agree with them both being here. No,
Yeah.
you usually try to avoid both being in the same dungeon as much as possible.
Yeah.
So Zaf is getting his bow right now, is what he's working on. Okay, we're through that room. Big key chest. I'm kind of curious what's in the big key chest. Oh, we have bow. We have bow and Agati. Okay. I still don't agree with both of them being here, but we have bow on both. So they're going to be able to complete the dungeon. And they're separating it, which is kind of, I guess, good. While Pix is doing the basement, we're going to find out if the back is required. So technically, here's the fun part about this. Big chest and dark maze are not in logic. The boss is also not in logic right now.
Yep. You know what's worse? If the boss didn't. No, wait. Is this a crystal or a pendant? No, we still haven't found our other pendant. So we still don't know if this is a crystal or a pendant dungeon. So, but it's 7 to 3 odds. So in favor of
Well,
crystals.
yeah, well, we know 4 of the crystals already. We only know 1 of the pendants because we have not found Saha for the green. So we're lacking on knowledge still, a lot. we will not be able to tell you if we're in go mode probably for a hot minute. And we see the same rail clip on Zap's side. He is going to grab his mirror.
And some bombs. So yeah, big chest not really yielding anything. So that's fortunate to go through, but that's one check off of the other player's mind.
Yeah. So the question is there anything on Helma? And what is the reward, right? That's our two questions right now. I feel like our big find right now was the Logic mirror. That's the biggest thing we found recently that opens up a ton of the seed. We might even get a ped check right now. We're going into the woods. We're probably going to check the back entrance. And we might get a ped check on top of it.
And on Helmstar was just bombs, and there is a crystal on Helmstar.
So required to complete. That's good.
Yeah, thank goodness for that, as Pepega Patrol banks in on the first crystal of the seed 56 minutes in.
2 people with Ice Palace done.
All right, duh.
Agadi and Zap. Now, they were the first team to get a crystal. Agadi was the first one to complete Cluster. But they are the first to 2 crystals. Or wait. Agadi did not finish Pod? Or was Pix the one who was dipping the back? No, Pix went and beat the boss, so Agadi did not finish Pod.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Agadi died in the basement?
Yeah, because he went to check out the big chest.
Well, no, yeah. But where did he die at? If he was died in the back, then I would assume he would have went back and beat the boss.
Remember,
he was just
mirror, so death warping was the solution, and he figured, well, we'll just go back to here once we get everything else. So
no. So what Agadi did, I did not see what Ped just read. Did anybody catch it? He read Ped. Ped is cash. Okay, cool. Ped's dead. So I don't like what Agadi did. I know what Agadi did. I don't like it. So what Agadi just did was Agadi death warped, went to go check Zora, so his teammate didn't have to. Which okay, but then you're gonna have to take another trip into Pod for Helma. So I almost think that what should have happened, I think Pix should have beat the boss, and Pix should have went and checked Zora.
Yeah, while Agadi went to go and do.
Unless there was something I missed that was required in the back, but I don't think there was. Oh, there was red mail. So I guess he wanted to go get red mail? Look confused.
I don't think either of the runners on Peppa Pig Patrol checked the Darkened Maze, though. Agadi did, Agadi did went into, no, one of them had to.
Agadi got big chest for sure. Don't know if, I think they got both chests before they death warped. Remo was in shooter room. I am unsure then. I know nothing. This is a big check. So we've got the 3 top of castle checks coming up. This is 3 new entrances.
And it's Paradox Cave for one of them.
So the mirror has opened up Hype Cave. Well, the mirror was in Hype Cave and has opened up another big check area. Oh look, we got dueling entrances to Paradox. Para. Ooh.
And thanks to literacy and having the temperature, we can check this tablet, and it gives us a piece of art.
Alright. Apparently most people can't hear us. We're announcing to ourselves. But we will continue to announce in the hopes that the masses will hear us.
Well, I can try turning myself up a lot more, but I don't think you may like it.
We will let that. Oh, we finally got picks doing the bomb jump, which means they are going. We're going to get a. We're going to get our mirror on Pega Patrol.
Yeah, they're gonna probably kick themselves in the shins for it as well.
Well, they're not that far behind from getting the mirror. I mean, they're a little bit. Like I said, my biggest thing is it goes in and out. Apparently
True.
our audio our audio goes in and out. Is what chat's saying. We have Saha. I did not see what green pendant was, but we have a big key to TR. That's a required big key in Saha's closet, and that is at. Ooh, okay. That's at that middle Hyrule Castle entrance. And Hookshot's boots locked.
Oh my god!
Skullwoods is our green pendant, according to chat. So we have a boots locked Hookshot and a ice rod locked, or ice rod's locked by Hookshot. Hookshot's locked by boots. There we go.
Great seed!
Word.
Why do you like this?
Well, no, that's good. That means we're gonna find boots. It might just be another 30 minutes, but we're gonna find them.
We'll find boots eventually.
We know they're not left side GT.
That's true.
They could be GT climb because we have GT big already.
Oh my
That's
god.
one thing none of our runners have attempted.
I don't want to know about GT Climb right now.
I mean, GT climb has been open since the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Essentially, when they found Bow, GT climb is full open.
Could it not, though? Could it just stay hidden?
I mean, we want those boots, so we want someone to find those boots.
Well, we don't know if those boots are in there, though, is what I'm worried about.
We don't.
I feel like our runners will try to exhaust the rest of these checks before doing that. At least I want to think that will be the case.
I think with how much, especially the team, the Crystal Roller crew, my crew's done. I think one of them should do the climb soon. That's what I feel because they've exhausted a lot of locations already.
That's true.
And we're still missing a lot. There's not a lot that's completable right now. They're still missing. They have Ice Rod. Technically, we could beat TR, which looks like we're going to for Arm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look to go straight for it.
We are still missing quite a bit of stuff. Logically, we still need to know what our rest of our dungeons are. We have one more pendant outstanding between Eastern and Desert. My guess is it's probably Desert because we found Eastern big and we haven't found anything for Desert yet. So you can kind of lean towards logic giving you a big key. Of course, it could just be giving you a big key to shove it in your face. We have... I'm trying to think. So we need to know what's our last pendant. We need boots. More than likely. We possibly could with the bomb jump and GT, as long as both members of your team know it. Crystal Roller, I think, did not go all the way to Ice Armos. That is true. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what all we have left.
Blacksmith chain. Obviously.
No, we don't have mitts.
All right,
We don't have our second glove.
Man, Trinex is probably gonna drop these mitts right now.
Or boots. I could see him dropping either.
No, just a piece of card. Never mind. We stand thoroughly corrected today.
Well, it's like we're running out of checks, right? So where is our progression at?
It's gonna be somewhere around here.
It's probably GT Climb. Is what my gut's telling me. We need Thieves Town big to beat the seed.
Okay, so what if the East Town Big Key was in that mountain that climb?
I mean, it's possible. Boots could be locked behind that. We know that it's not locked behind Ped for multiple reasons.
Right.
Okay, we had an unintentional flute that was just funny if you watched it.
A little bit of a whoopsie daisy.
Arm was trying to get into Waterfall Ferry and just fluted by accident. He's going to check those 2 items in the in pod that Zaf did not get.
Meanwhile, Zap is picking up the big key to Dark Palace.
Really think you're supposed to go into GT and do the climb. I really do. I think that's what the seed's calling you to do.
Did any of our runners did the shovel check?
Yeah, Shovel was Misery Mire big, but we haven't found Mire yet.
Oh, right.
Zaf is going into Swamp? Why is Zaf going into Swamp?
I don't
What's in
think
Swamp?
nothing really.
Oh, Shovel for the Misery Mire big.
Right. Okay.
Shovel's in
And
the
thankfully, it's the first chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, it's the first chest, so.
Well, if we find Boots, we just get hook shot, and Misery Mire's full open. But that requires us to also find Mire entrance. I really want one of them to go do GT. I'm kind of trying to will it.
You need to send your vibrations a lot stronger there over to one of them.
Well, we're going to GT on Arm's side? No. Yes, we are. We're trying. It's the next door over. So Arm did not get. Oh, he went to pod without bow. You can see players are starting to get a little bit slower. Lost. Oh, where's Moldorm Cave? I don't think we've seen this yet.
Here's hoping we get something big in there.
You have a compass, a heart piece, $50, $300, and a heart container. Okay, it is a dead mini Moldorm.
No, not that dead. I mean, that money is going to be a healthcare package for all the arrows that they're going to use against Vidi.
Yep, so there's our bow. Does he continue to ice arm us? He is. So I think Arm at this point is supposed to continue to ice arm us and do the climb to pre-Moldorm. I think.
That would make the most sense, yeah.
So Arm was going to go in and check the 2 pod bosses. Found out he didn't have bow when he hit the back. So they swapped. I think Zaf was going to go do GT, so they just made a smart decision to swap at the last second.
Unaudible, so to say.
Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, where are we going? We're going to... Not sure yet. They're both walking to things. It's just what things are they walking to?
I don't think we checked all of... No way, we checked all of Village of Outcast.
We've checked most everything at this point, honestly. That's what I'm saying. I think we have to have something on climb at this point.
Big chest into the rock showing us nothing but 20 rupees today.
And I think first team to commit to the 3 or 4 checks on the climb is probably going to have an advantage. Yeah, they did not play Pod well. I agree. Seat as their teammate, they did not play Pod well at all. To be fair, when he went in without Bo and Big Key the first time, they didn't know where either were. But yeah, that second time was just an oof on not getting the Bo before going. Especially with GT being where it is. You see some quick strats coming out in ice. Very well done.
Clean. Excellent quick kill.
Getting through the door, not so clean. So we're getting a lot of checks that, we've seen already. So nobody's really done anything different. I think everybody's kind of getting confused. And here we go. Here's the climb. I think we have to have something up here. I think it's essentially required we have something up here with them killing Pod Boss.
Right.
Now, I don't know if the other team has ran out of everything yet. I know they're close.
Yeah, they're getting close to it as well.
Looks like they are about at that spot. Pix is headed that way. So my guess are boots are up here for the hook shot. The hook shot would have gave you ice rod plus probably a bunch more left side. Now the nasty part is if Bo is up here and there's something else required in the post Moldorm chest. If you do not know how to hover or Moldorm bounce, it's going to be a required double dip. Either way, it's logically would be a required double dip if that was the scenario.
Well, I don't think our run. Well, what was the interest to misery? Well, wait, no, we have yet to find the interest to misery mire yet.
Yoinker said that the Crystal Roller had knowledge of Mire. I don't remember seeing it, but maybe somebody remembers where it was at. And if we're talking about not the Mire area, but the Mire dungeon. This is a very scary climb. He has no safeties left, I don't think. Mr. Ed raiding with a party of 2. Welcome, Mr. Ed's party.
How you doing?
Oh, no. Okay. Dodge.
Yeah, that room can be very tricky to clear out if they just decide to go completely away from you.
Okay, we are going to powder the anti-fairy. I like it. It. Which means we're going to get bad RNG in the next room.
Hey, spin to win. That's the... Oh my goodness.
Clean. That was actually legit pretty clean. The only thing... well, we have lamp. I didn't even see us get lamp. We got lamp at some point.
I believe that was in the... Oh, man. I want to say... Not... I guess Paradox Cave? I want to say Paradox Cave.
I'm surprised we don't have all 4 runners doing the climb. I have no clue where Zaf's actually going. We have both players on the other team in the climb, which I agree with. Because I think our knowledge tells us it's got to be here. And it is probably boots.
So if it's not boots, what item would lead to boots eventually?
If it's not boots, I think it has to be mitts.
Yeah, mitts.
So, Ken, right now we're looking for the boots because the boots are locking the hook shot. We have 2 hearts. This is sketchy, and he's got to make this door. He does. Now he needs to get top of the room fast. Okay.
Not too far. Pix is following suit.
Mm-hmm. I like to spin the win clip. That was actually almost super clean. He almost single phased the spin with tempered and fire rod.
Red boomerang and oh my god, are you serious?
We actually have new entrances. I don't know if we've seen the entrances after that. Apparently there was nothing there
thanks to
though.
mirror.
There was nothing in the climb. Where are we missing? Well, let's think. We do not have Hera big. It cannot be top of Hera. We have not found any desert entrances, have we?
No.
Maybe we have, and maybe we just didn't notice. No, we have. I've seen desert.
Have we ever visited the castle tower?
No, we have not seen it that I'm aware of.
I feel like it could be Castle Tower then.
SrKoopakeru is under the assumption it's Spike, which actually it can be Spike. We haven't had Spike checked. Because he died on the way to it.
And now with the big safety cape on, you can take a look, and we get boots.
All right, we're in business. So boots give us hook shot. They need to go grab that. Oh my god, that death on that was so bad. And
yeah,
we did not realize how bad.
Yeah, if they had like like you said, 4 more hearts left. I mean, 4 more hearts to pick up the rock. They would have saved a lot of time searching for it.
Also do want to say thanks for the raids from Tiberius and Gilgamesh. Welcome to the party. Hopefully we are a little bit more where you can hear us now. If not, we're going to keep calming and just you can hear us in bits and pieces. Are we okay? Do we sound okay? Am I so loud that I give you a headache, or am I so quiet? Okay, it's great now. Nice. Hi, everybody. So with boots, we are grabbing our hook shots. We are able to finish. Oh, we found Eastern. Eastern is on. Where was he just at? I don't remember where he was just at.
Everything is moving in the blur.
Well, Bonkrocks is Fairy Ascension, which got us to oh, we have Desert back at the top of Dark World Death Mountain. Okay.
Yeah, our runners are moving very fast now.
We have Desert Big too. Rock above Link's home. Oh, okay. The Bonkrocks behind Link's house is where Eastern's at. So the Crystal Roller Crew does not know, but it looks like Pix and the Gotti knows that it's Desert is the third pendant. But the Crystal Roller is about to find out. And we will have full knowledge. So we need required.
Crystal Rollers know that it's a pendant because they got the map from it.
No, he might be completing it for an item then, because let's go through what we're still looking for, right? We know where hookshot's at.
Yeah.
The only other thing we realistically need, we know where TR and Meyer Bigs are. We've already beat Ice. We know where hookshot is, so we don't need Hera Big. We just need Thieves Town Big for Go Mode.
It's just a matter of finding where East Town Big is at.
Nope. Thieves Town Big would be our Go Mode.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cash is on Pet, so yeah, Pet is dead. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is something that leads to that, and if it's not in any of the dungeons, I guess the big key should be probably in Blacksmith Chain, but that is only if they pull out Titan's Mitts during the dungeon dives.
Yeah, so it could be validation chest, it could be left side of GT, anything that's not DM room. It could all the way to rando. It could be in Mire, which we haven't done yet. It could be any of the checks they're doing now. Desert and Eastern were not things that they did. We're getting our hook shot on Zaf's side. He's mirroring here to go into library and get the hook shot.
And that is going to be our first runner to.
I mean, we still have to get back to that cave on the other side, and I think Pix is headed that way. Yeah, we also have Hookshot Cave that we haven't done either. I think we're gonna get that soon because Hookshot Cave was early.
Yep, very
yeah,
early.
here it is. Here it is. Let's keep our eyes on bottom left. Nothing. Not all entrances, but most.
There. Oh, that's Tower of Hera. That got my hopes up.
And now we've got boots knowledge on for everybody. We've got boots on everybody. We're doing a swamp back dip of Pendant Swamp.
Hard to check the big chest.
I feel like if you're doing this, you feel behind. I think Zaf is going for Hera with that big key. Yep. We're gonna do all of the upstairs of Hera.
And thanks to that hook shot, we get a Hera pot clip.
Almost want one of the runners to go get hook shot and then go straight to back into GT left side, because that's a very dense check.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking too.
Especially with GT being where it's at, right?
Yep. We do get silvers in Tower of Hera. Which chest was that again? Not the big chest.
In front, yeah, it's the compass.
Yeah, compass.
Ice Palace big somewhere in the back of. Oh, we got mitts in the back of swamp.
Oh boy, the dive gets deeper.
Well, we've got mitts and Ice Palace big. We've got a lot of locations.
That's right. They can go to the Ice Palace entrance and see what's in there. That could be where Misery Mire is at.
Yeah, so mitts don't lock a lot of things in this. Literally, I think it just locks that one entrance. And maybe it locks TR and entrance.
TR and Misery Mire itself. Because you have to get into Misery Mire with mitts.
We have a connector to Mire though.
Yeah.
We have a connector to the Mire area.
Oh, right. In this case, yeah.
Yeah, in this case, it's the T-Rock main entrance and Ice Palace's main entrance. They're normal locations.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some questionable things out of Swamp.
We're
one item from Go Mode for both teams. Actually, so here's the fun part. Pix and Agati have not been in the left side GT yet to get Ice Rod, which I think is more of a reason for. I think Zaf is going to be the one. We have Mire. Mire is in Vu. I think if Mire doesn't have anything, or while he's doing Mire, we might see Zaf go get his Ice Rod and do TR. At least that's what I would do in this scenario. You need Ice Rod, you know where it's at, just go grab it. Do the rest of that check. And he flew to the 3. Is he going up? He's going up. He's going over. Nope, that's not the right one. It's the next one over. You both did the same thing. You must have mismarked your maps. I think they're doing the shared map tracker. Yeah. If you're going in GT, you're committing to the full left side here. Big Key Swamp. God.
Swamp, good lord.
We found
How can
every big key but the one we need.
being a tease, how could you?
All the potential double dips. Literally, this race is probably going to come down to who finds the Thieves Town Big first.
And Zap is pulling out the ice rod.
Also, do we know where Ganon is at yet? Does anybody actually remember where we saw him? Because it was so fast early, I don't remember ever seeing him.
I want to say where that fairy fountain is at in the light world. The one
Useless
next.
fairy? Okay, it's
Yeah.
useless fairy. Alright, we're going deeper. Let's see if it's in GT. I'm assuming we'll do everything at the bottom, but we will not do the validation chest. That'll probably be a last location for all teams. Or for both teams.
I'll tell you what, this scramble is the scramble is making the race very intense.
Did Agati skip most of upstairs Mire, or were they in Mire first?
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
They did. They're going straight to fight Viddy, and I think they're gonna try to look for the item afterwards, which makes sense in a way where you just want to get rid of the boss because you know it's required.
It is not in Rando Room. So it is not in GT. Unless it's in Validation Chest, and he is noping out. I agree with that. We did get half magic out of Mire.
Yeah, not too bad.
We got half magic, it looks like, in that chest behind the big chest.
Yeah.
So which bad location is our Thieves Town Big in?
You know, it could be validation chests.
All right. So what do we? Let's go through our options here that we know of. We know it could be validation,
Blacksmith chain,
blacksmith chain, swamp big, ice big, green pendant turn in. I don't think we've seen that. I don't think we've seen the back of Skull Woods.
Nope, we haven't seen it.
So it could be back of Skull Woods. It could be behind the big bomb. I don't. You know what's hilarious? I don't know if we've seen Waterfall Fairy or Big Bomb. The actual location.
I know we've seen Waterfall Fairy, but not Pyramid.
Okay, we've seen one of the two fairy fountains.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I remember someone throwing something in a pond, or at least going inside one of them.
Okay. Oh, we got a big key off of Mire. It's the big key of thieves.
Let's
We
go.
are in go. Well, not yet. We're in knowledge go mode, and Crystal Roller Crew is about to be in go mode. Agati and Pix are not in go mode yet because they don't have Ice Rod. They have to get back to GT.
All right, and do Dark Magician Room.
We just hit go mode on Crystal Roller Crew.
1 hour and 28 minutes in.
If they realize they're in go mode, which I'm assuming they do. Now Agati's going to go back in because they don't have the Ice Rod. So again, for people, I know we weren't we weren't talking a lot at the very beginning because audio, but this is a cross-divisional matchup. Crystal Roller Crew is currently in a three-way tie at the top, and the Papega Patrol is currently struggling a little bit. They've got a couple wins under the belt, But they're on the Eastern Palace group for open. All right, we found the silvers for them. So literally, it's going to be Crystal Roller Clue is in clear all dungeons, and Pix and Agati are searching for the Ice Rod. And now it's just a matter of who checks what, who goes where. So you see Zaf purposely not using silver arrows.
Saves you a lot of money.
Yeah. So for reference to people who do not play retro, every shot with a normal arrow is 10. Every shot with a silver is 100, I believe.
I thought it was 50.
50? It might be 50. Either way, it's a lot.
Very, very much.
He's trying to save as much money as he can to ensure he gets his 4 shots against against cannon. 5 and 50. Okay. Yeah, but he's just trying to save himself as much money as possible right now.
Especially since we opened up almost all the chests right now and going into go mode. So you're not going to be opening up any more chests to come across any more rupees unless the game drops them as like enemy loot.
I'm unsure what Arm is still looting for. Oh, Arm needs money. That's what Arm's still looting for. Arm is broke. Arm is broke. Well, stun prize is 5 rupees, so you can sit there and farm stun. Because I mean,
if you have the
arrow
patience, if we were playing a let's play, maybe go through that, but nah.
So right there, they know they're in go mode. By the way, he skipped the maiden chest. I don't know if he done Houlihan. He might not have. I know Zaf did. I don't know if any other player did Houlihan actually, other than Zaf.
Yeah, Zaf was the only one, if I recall correctly.
Pix did? Okay. I know team-wise we were having a discussion that they've been talking about how money-starved that they've been in this mode. And I told them I didn't hate if they both did Houlihan at the beginning and then split their route. Because I don't feel like in this mode you're ever going to be sad about having too much money. They could do Arrow Game. I don't know if we know where Arrow Game is. I know that the 50 rupee cave was like really early inside of CAC.
It was in the vanilla, one of the vanilla areas, I believe. It was in this. No, wait, that was 25.
Yeah, I think 50 was like super early. I think 50 is one of the ones that they've accidentally entered a couple of times. I want to say it's like in CAC somewhere or something. What are we going to? What's over here on the island? Or are we going? Oh, we're going to Pod. Yeah, we're in literal go mode. They're go moding everything. We still have not been to. We've still not been back to left side GT for Pepega. They're clearing dungeons, which is what they're supposed to do. But we just got to get back to left side GT on their side to hit go mode. Now the good news for them is GT is in CAC. The T-Rock, one of the T-Rock entrances is over at Blacksmith.
Yeah, so it'd be a very convenient like traverse to go and get check in GT before TR.
So Arm just showed something there. When you don't dash off with your sword when you're trying to cape past that red beetle, just regular walk off. if you dash off, your sword while invisible is still gonna hit, and you're just gonna bounce back up and waste magic. All right, so we have. I'm just waiting to see when they go to GT. What do they got left? So we got Thievestown and TR left. 4 picks. Hera, TR left, and Eastern left for Agati, which I think he completed one or just completed. I don't know what he just completed. For Armalex, we have Hera and Ice. And for Zaf, we have just Thievestown. He is going to be done very soon.
And picks is stepping into GT. They're gonna check left side, Dark Magician room, and then they're gonna start scrambling to finish the rest of these dungeons and telling Aggie over there to get themselves in gear and get this hook, get this ice rod, and finish the rest of these dungeons. Because they should be in go mode too.
Yeah,
correct?
Go mode right here. So as soon as he opens Ice Rod, and that's go mode. Then now you see that Agati reverse direction because Agati's gonna mirror and go straight into GT and get it.
And thankfully, Turtle Rock is not too far off. I think that's like one of the more common entrances you can get into. Yep.
Yeah, Laser Bridge was at Flute 5, so it's very quick. This is actually still pretty close. So we have no money on Arm's side. Like, Arm has no money left.
Yep, they're paying visit to the Rupee Man. Wait, no, never mind.
No, going to Hera.
Hera, yep.
Probably will get silvers, but don't know if they'll have enough money to shoot Ganon yet. Alright, so TR is going down, which just leaves Thievestown for picks. So if you noticed, Arm just said, I do not have enough money. I'm not even grabbing silvers.
Sounds about right. Spinning to win sounds like a plausible solution right now.
Yeah, he just admitted defeat. He's like, I do not have the resources. I am not even going to waste time picking up the chest. It's respectable. It's a mid-game decision. Now, if Red Mill was in Shooter Room, I don't know why he didn't grab that in Pod. I feel like that should have been grabbed. So it looks like Zaf will be our first GT or our first Ganon entrant. He will be going to Ganon right after this. Crystal is obtained. Next will be what we got left. We've got Ice versus. I think Pix and Arm are going to be in there similar, Tom. Because Thievestown and Ice are. Well, Thievestown's shorter. Arm should be there first.
I believe one
Or
silver
Ice
does.
is shorter. Sorry, Ice is shorter.
To answer chat, I do believe one silver does remove 4 spins, but that requires 50 rupees. And our mix doesn't even have close that amount to even fire one shot, so
So to kill Ganon, we need 4 or 200 rupees. And we have 5. All right, we are in a Ganon. We are starting Ganon. We have a good start to a Ganon.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yep, especially because we're about to start second phase. This is probably going to be a 1 cycle on the second phase.
It's a whole lot of spinning action on both Ganon and Zap's side.
We're in phase 3. We got unlucky Fire Bat.
Very rude Fire Bat, but situation is now normalized, so. And
Yeah.
the teleports are pretty generous.
All right, we're going for the triple. We got double,
Oh,
single, double, single.
that's
And
fine
the
now.
Ganon is dead for runner number 1.
Get your GGs out there for Zap as they cross the finish line. With a time of
As soon as he gets to the door.
1
Go for it.
hour. 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 8 seconds. 8 or 9 seconds, give or take. But
Race
yeah,
time.
that was...
Good.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was going to say race time clocked him first at 1:41:07.
Yeah, just
Stopped
gotta
his
wait.
timer a second later.
Yeah, is this taking the time to wait for their partner to finish up? Which shouldn't take that long. They're already like getting to the good part.
Yeah, so he has no silvers and he has half magic. So we're looking at a lot of spinning about to happen. If you're a fan of spinning. Very good.
16 spins on the last phase at least. But everything else should still play out normally for...
Barely missed the 1-in-1. I thought he was gonna get it, but I think he actually wanted to push late because if Zaf is communicating correctly, he knew about this spawn right here.
Yep.
And Pix has accomplished their 7th crystal, so they will be right in behind. Agati still has TR, and will be shortly behind that. So we're gonna have all 4 runners done here very soon, actually. Oh, he went for the early hit and barely missed it.
Does get torch glitch though, which is going to be needed here. And with that fire rod being pulled, that looks like an attempt for triples.
Yeah, he was a little late on the first one. And as we're joining that part of the fight, we've got phase 1 on the other side going into phase 2. So you're going to see the difference in silvers versus non-silvers. I think that these two are actually going to finish close. If even just looking at this, like you've got spins compared to silvers, especially missing as many of the triples as we're missing. So for those who aren't aware, for co-op, it is a average time between the 2 teammates is how it is scored. And so it's lowest average time. And we have Pig down on arm side. Get your GGs out in chat. And with that bridge cross, Arm is the second racer complete at 1:44:25.
And that seals the deal in netting them the victory. Congratulations to the Crystal Roller crew for taking a win for this week's race. Not too far off from Armlix, Pix finishes up their Ganon fight.
Another set of GGs ready. And there's the GG. He's in the door, and seed completed. And we have our last runner running towards Ganon right now.
Yeah, they're gonna be finished with this pretty soon as well. Yeah, runners not too far off from behind each other. It's very solid pacing. A little hiccup here and there.
Well, I think a lot of this came down to literally both teams last located those boots.
Yeah, that's locating the boots, but what helped tipped it in the favor, so to say, with SrKoopakeru is getting the mirror much earlier.
Yeah,
And
they had a
getting
mirror
bow
about 5
before
minutes.
going into getting bow before going into pod.
I think the mirror is what actually sealed this one. I think it was probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, that's probably going to be about the average time difference. So like our average time on SrKoopakeru is sitting at about what 142.5, maybe just over. And let's see, once Agadi finishes, we'll do an average time there too. We're in phase 3. We are at 4 health, so we got to be a little careful.
Yeah, a touch of Ganon will be a touch of death.
No hugs.
No hug. Don't hug the Ganon.
Hello.
Oh, we are joined by the winners of the race, SrKoopakeru. Welcome.
Yeah, just
Jeez.
give us a moment.
Get them all. They're all there.
Oh. God, he took a death. Fairy? No fairy.
That's rather unfortunate. I was holding my breath because they were cutting it really close there. Do they even have enough money to do? Okay, they do. They got like 500 rupees. But yeah, what were y'all thoughts about that seed?
It was bad, but it should have or could have been good. I don't know. We did stuff that felt bad for sure.
If Alex, I wasn't sure if you didn't realize your heart count when you went into Spike Cave the first time. If you waited till you got more hearts or gotten the cape, you would have.
It wasn't Arm. It was
Wait,
that
No,
was
it was
Pix
both of
over
us.
on Buffet.
No, we both had the same situation where we found Spike Cave with a red potion and like 6 hearts.
Yeah.
We did the math after, and you need 8 hearts because it's 4. You might be able to do it with 7 hearts with the super gnarly bomb boost setups, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it takes 14 hearts normally just to tank it all, and so you need 13 hearts of health. And the problem is that when you are restoring with a potion, you can only take your health -1 each time. So 8 minus 1 is 7 times 2. But yeah, it was just kind of janky. Yeah.
I don't think you actually attempted it when you found it though. Pix did.
Oh yeah, Pix was one.
I did the math and bailed.
Yeah, Pix actually attempted it. If Pix had made it, they would have had boots at like forever before.
Yep.
That
was basically the end of the seed if you find them. That's it.
Yeah. You guys got mirror first.
Christ on a fucking cracker, how?
And actually, the thing that actually sealed the deal, I think, was your sequence break to DM room, getting the ice rod, because that was their go mode.
Yeah, I like doing that first bomb jump without boots. If you have boots, I like doing the rest, but I hate doing the like all bomb jumps on the way back down, and like bomb jumping out of that room is just such a pain.
Let's hold our breaths for a second. There's been like a lot of close calls on the bottom of it being down.
And down goes Ganon. As
No.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, get our last round of GGs ready. That was very close calls, and go ahead and give us their time hub.
Yep, finishing off with a time of 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 57 seconds. As we are joined by the Peppa Pig Patrol. GG's, guys. Great work out there.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
we were talking before you dragged us, and the comic, the back and forth attempts to hot potato any sort of like sensible routing and sensible play was pretty tragic, honestly.
Yeah, the seed was a definite mess, but y'all still managed to finish it at least in under 2 hours.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was a game. I wouldn't call it good from our side, but it was a game.
knowing
the big key is
knowing
falling.
in front of him, it's like a goddamn Greek tragedy.
Yeah, you were like, I think you were like 3 hearts too short of getting them.
Yeah, well, we were talking about it in the room. Like the thing that really messed us up was like I had no recollection of picking up the cape at all. So we thought the only thing in logic was the climb.
Well, the funny part was 3 of you were in the climb at the same time.
Yeah, we all decided to just climb up there, hoping that the boots was there or a hook shot. I mean, not the hook shot, but the boots.
Yeah.
Arm was up there with you, and then Zaf was off doing God knows what in some dungeon.
All right, rude. I was playing catch up. I'll have not have your nonsense here.
X or something.
I mean, okay. To be fair, it was like when we got to that point, the conversation was along the lines of, "All right, GT climb." I'm like, "Great, cool," because I skipped because we did like the high five is within the paradox, right? He's like, "All right, there's cape," and for the longest time, like we had this, like again, like we were talking in the waiting room, was like, Spike Cave happened, and then we forgot Spike Cave happened. And so I didn't even grab the cape. I'm like, cool, I'm doing stuff. And then like the things dwindled and Arm's climbing. He's like, it's this or Spike Cave. And I think my crystal count was behind, but I'm like, all right, I'm going to get the things that I can do done because it doesn't make any sense for me not to. We found that. And then at that point, I'm like, all right, the answer has to be Spike Cave. So like we're both beelining it there, get the boots. And there's just the collective like sad sigh of like, how late are we to these?
Quicker than us, because Pix gets the last check and climb while I'm in there because we figured climb was our last location, and he's like, it's not here, so I just stop. Like,
yeah,
I think it was the room before first Wizrobes. I just stop. I'm just like,
yeah,
deer in headlights. What do I do?
Older and bounces in logic, right?
So, I had said if the seed really wanted to be rude, it could have put boots up there at like pre-Moldorm, went and made you get the hook shot, and then go back up for validation for your big key to Thievestown.
So I didn't even speak that evil into existence because I thought that was a thing. And at one point, Arm was like, and Meyer's like, if it's not in Meyer, he's like, GT. I'm like, no, do stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but just in case, because this seed's been vile. So,
yeah, we talked about that as like a Hail Mary as like I was wrapping up in Hera. It was like, we're like, that might be a little too Papega.
Yeah.
I think we said that we determined back a swamp was the thing we would do before going back up. After that, it's a little dicey.
Your mitts and your ice big.
Ugh. Oh no.
Yeah. He found mitts and ice big in the back of swamp, and we were like, "Oh boy, that's a lot of just open one-offs now."
Yeah, well, it gave us all entrances. I was going to start Smith's Chain on the way to Eastern when Pix picked up the ice rod.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
I guess
so the
not.
thing, I think we determined that we had found. Don't know if it was all, but it was. I think we may have found all the chest entrances before that point. So I think we knew that.
Well, they found mitts and you didn't. I think mitts were in the back of swamp too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they opened any entrances that were chests. I'd have to look at the
Skull Desert at least.
Yeah.
There was back of Skull and CT left. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Back of Skull, Aga Tower, Desert.
They found the Crystal Roller found back of Desert. Yeah.
Yeah, but and chess game. Chess game was the last.
No, I found chess game. I didn't tell you, but yeah.
Yeah, we had found all of the like actual chest entrances. Like I had pulled up the ticker and like gone through all of them. So it was literally just Back of Skull and Castle Tower.
Was Back of Desert Mire? Because I think that's the only one we could get to that we didn't have yet.
Back of Desert was top of DDM. I think it was either Hookshot Cave or top of
Top of DDM, how'd you get there without the mitts?
Well, that's a great
Ferry
point.
Ascension.
So there's a Ferry Ascension connector that puts you on Floating Island, my boy.
Where do you get to Ferry Ascension?
I've deleted the tracker.
The tracker is a green dot.
It was Bonk Rocks? Yeah, it was Bonk Rocks.
Yes, it is Bonk
Okay.
Rocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
we have Bonk Rocks and King's Doom still on our tracker.
Yeah.
All right, so I obviously have one big question
Hit me.
for
Hit us.
my team.
Yeah, boy.
What in the wonderful whatever happened in Pod?
That's a great
Don't worry about
question.
it.
So let me tell you all about that. It starts about 30-something years ago. My parents dropped me on my head. But, all right. So the combined, okay. So we were again talking with Pix and Goody in the waiting room as like, I had honestly wasted enough time in Pod to have an entire family. And between like the failed mimic clip, which like I apologize to anyone who's watching. If you want an example of how not to do that, that's it right there. We left. We're like, okay, cool. Arm finds the Pod big key, and he's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go do it. Because the entire time, again, like we find things, and I think this is around the time that we had found Saha and Library, like somewhere around this. The seed is already blurred, and I'll probably have a glass of wine here soon to completely like transition this out of brain. So I was like, yeah, cool. We need to get back there. I told him where a bow was. And he told me where the Pod big key was. And that information for both of us just went in one ear and out the other. And so between the two of us, we were like, yeah, cool. We'll just give 2 minutes back of the seed because hot potato.
The flute thing on my side was I know that's a thing, and I've done it so many times, and it's when you're doing this mode, it's so hard to keep track of all the micro stuff that you're just like, I don't know. If you notice me in dungeons, like fanatically quick swapping off of the mirror whenever I transition a room, and like that's the first thing I do. If it's up, like that's a learned lesson. The flute thing is one that is not stuck that. Where you accidentally mash the flute coming out of the water and just fly back to 8 instead of going in the entrance.
Yep. What do you have, Hub? Because I've got nothing real big. Because Pix and Gotti, you guys actually played well as far as like.
Thanks, ass.
Well, no, I have other things to say to you guys, but like.
Alright, but I finished late enough. No one watched my Ganon fight. Perfect. Let's go with that. We played good.
Arm actually has a clip. Somebody clipped something Arm did because it was fantastic. He almost one-cycled an off-cycle Lamoltu.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
pretty
Tyrod.
wild.
That was really close.
Yeah, you were one hit away. You were one fire out shot away from one cycling after powdering the anti-fairy. He almost one cycled Lamoltu. It was actually insane, and we were talking about it, and we were like, "Spin to win," and somebody clipped it because of how close it was.
Well, I know that if you powder the anti-fairy, you just like wait half a second, and then they all line up the melee. You can get a spin attack on all 3 of them.
Yeah, hitting the fire rod after that, I had it set up so that I hit the top 2, and they just like crossed over in front of me and got the same fire rod shot.
Oh,
I
nice.
Did not quite get the third one with a double.
Yeah, it was some really solid like enemy movement RNG there for you to benefit from.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like, I was watching everybody, and like, you guys were like, I have no like big complaints on anything that like Pepega Patrol did. I think the only complaint we had in the entire seed was that you guys were both in pod at the same time.
Because we forgot about Murder Door. We thought pod was the answer. We forgot that we never went through TR.
Yeah, the way I ended up going through TR because of like the order I did things. I did TR front, and then I started to go forward to chain chomps, but this isn't open mode, so I ran out of keys at chain chomps, and so I couldn't keep going, and so I just kind of completely like memory hold that we hadn't been out the left side, and so we were talking, we're like. Because when we found pod, we were like, okay, this has to be the answer. There's 14 fucking items here. And it wasn't. But
We're on League. They're not as big of a deal.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. There's
Slight language.
there's 14 friendly items in here. And it just wasn't the answer. So because of the key situation, it was just like, well, Goldfish has more keys than me, so I'm gonna rush Helma, and he's gonna clear and let me know what to go back in for. And then we're like, well, it's not here. I guess it's got to be Zora. So now I got to go back and get the money. And it wasn't Zora. And then we're talking like, okay, is there a connector or something we didn't clean up? Have we been out of all of Hyrule Castle? Have we been out of the other end of Hookshot Cave? And then we're like, we haven't been off the other end of TR.
The mirror was available at like 0 minutes too. I'm real.
Yeah.
Once you have the cane, yeah.
Well, no,
yeah,
like
the
you
cane
could
was
just
early.
bomb jump, right?
Oh,
Like
well,
that would
okay.
you could because TR East at
Yeah,
that,
TRE said Smith.
Yeah,
Logically, no. Logically, you had to have mirror.
logically.
Or not mirror,
logically,
cane.
The cane
Yeah,
from Skull,
but, like,
which was
if-
also early.
Yeah, if you just decide that you don't care about logic at the 3-minute mark, you have mirror.
Alright. Well, this is
Uh,
probably about the time to start wrapping up because we don't want to take all night of everybody, even though this is the last one for tonight.
So-
Thank you, comms and trackers, and all the in between.
Thank you.
Joinker's wife for the restream. Who did Toffel solo track?
No, Yonker's wife double dutied.
Yeah, so which is why you gotta definitely follow them. And also follow our runners in their respective Twitch channels for giving us the opportunity to watch this race unfold from start to finish, as well as a follow for our restreamer, blessing us the opportunity to watch this, as well as my co-commentator for keeping me in line, as well as just roasting their own teammates on the side. Pretty good comedic value. But if you but yeah, if you're interested in watching any more randomized this week, tomorrow we do have some matches lined up. Not sure when they're going to be restreamed, but you can always check out the main channel, not the main channel, but the main website for a Link to the Past Randomized League to look in for all the scheduling for each of these matches that's being done throughout the entirety of the stream.
So tomorrow is actually going to be the second match between these two teams. I also will not be participating in that one. It'll be the same teammates up for Crystal Roller Crew. I think we're going to have a swap out for
splits.
Yeah.
Goldfish out, splits in.
There'll be picks and splits happen against Armalex and Zaf, I think, at the same time tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds like a date. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I'm Esper Hub, and with my co-commentator.
And make sure to follow Hub. He is a very funny guy.
I'm only funny when I try to be. I'm not really funny. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Y'all have a good night.